I was asked to help test recipes for a cookbook publisher years ago. We were each given a recipe and asked to make the dish. Mine turned out rather bland and tasteless. When I asked the person who submitted the recipe why that was so, she said, "Well, you need to salt it to flavor." That wasn't in the recipe because she said it was intuitively obvious. Many of us were anticipating the eclipse this week, and we did experience something. It wasn't exactly what we expected. We had a limited capacity of something we didn't really know much about, with very little understanding of what we were experiencing. Every recipe has key ingredients. It doesn't always add up unless we see what's missing. It's intuitively obvious. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith at Illinois Bridging Awareness, where we're trying really hard to figure it all out and also not to care so much all at the same time. That sounds kind of bad. It probably speaks more to where we are right now in the world and in our lives. At the eclipse, I was near groups of young people. They are just starting out their lives. They only have one world to hold on to, the only world they know. But for many of us, we're holding on to the world we knew, which is always slipping away. During the eclipse, we all saw the same thing and experienced it differently. We spent some time trying to figure out what time zone this would be happening elsewhere until we realized we were all seeing the same event in the sky at the same time, no matter where we were. We tend to think in terms of our perspective, but this was from the perspective of the Earth, Moon, and Sun looking back at us. Taking into account that the Sun is stationary and that both the Earth and the Moon are moving together, with one rotating and one revolving around the other, the motion of the Moon crossing this path of the Sun was still very perplexing. Words can be problematic. The word eclipse was a poor choice for this event. A word like alignment or convergence would have been better. The word eclipse conveys the idea of utter darkness. It created an erroneous expectation which eclipsed the understanding of our experience. This was the most illuminating part of the whole experience, the gap between our expectations and what was really going on. For all the media coverage, they could have done a better job explaining what was going to be happening. But instead, there were a lot of public service type information announcements about how observing the event could be dangerous. Here in Chicago, at the same time as the eclipse, we had the unannounced visit by Joe Biden at one end of Michigan Avenue and President Bush at the other end. It was not reported for security reasons. And they all wonder why we're conspiracy theorists. We think we live in a moral universe and that there's a right and wrong, and that might be true, but it's highly unlikely we're going to know it from our perspective. We go with whatever adds up and sounds right, and then we call that morality. It's all about how we respond. We can respond with love, a smile, an encouraging word, or we can respond with condemnation, judgment, and retribution. Love wants the best for us, and evil is always condemning and accusatory. We know which one is represented by the light and which one is represented by the dark. No special recipe is needed for that. You just need to season it with love. It's intuitively obvious. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.